In the quiet village of Rivermist, Zion, a young blacksmith, was admired for his remarkable skill in forging the finest swords and tools. Yet, despite his talent and hard work, he was deeply unhappy. He envied the traders with their bags of gold, the travelers telling grand stories of distant lands, and the nobles living in luxurious homes. He often muttered to himself, "I work so hard, but success seems to come easily to others. What am I missing?" One evening, as Zion worked late at his forge, an old wanderer appeared. His eyes were sharp and full of wisdom, and his presence seemed to hold an air of mystery. "I hear you're searching for the secret of success," the old man said. "If you wish to learn it, you must complete 3 tasks. Fail any of them, and you'll never know the truth." Eager to find the answers, Zion agreed to the challenge. The first task was simple, or so it seemed: light this room, but do not use fire. Zion scratched his head, trying every method he could think of. Hours passed, and frustration built up. But then, he had an idea. He opened the window to let the sunlight flood the room. The room was bathed in light. The wanderer smiled and said, "The first lesson is to think beyond the obvious. There's always a solution, but sometimes it requires looking beyond the usual methods." The second task was more challenging: carry water in this fishing net. Zion stared at the net, feeling the impossible weight of the task. But remembering the first lesson, he paused to think differently. He dipped the net into the river, then froze the water overnight. The next morning, he brought the ice back in the net. The wanderer was impressed. "The second lesson," he said, "is to adapt. When the path is hard, don't be afraid to change your approach. The goal remains, but how you reach it can be flexible." Finally, the wanderer gave Zion his third and final task: find gold, but do not search for it. Zion was bewildered. How could he find something without looking for it? After thinking long and hard, Zion decided to stop worrying about the gold and instead focused on perfecting his craft. He poured his heart and soul into crafting the finest sword he had ever made. Several days later, a wealthy nobleman visited the village and, upon seeing Zion's work, offered him a fortune in gold for the sword. The wanderer appeared once more. The third lesson is simple: true success doesn't come from seeking rewards. It comes from mastering your craft and doing your best work. When you focus on excellence, the rewards will come on their own. Zion now understood. The secret to success wasn't about shortcuts or luck. It was about thinking creatively, adapting when faced with challenges, and dedicating oneself fully to the work at hand. From that day forward, Zion no longer chased after wealth or fame. He became a master blacksmith, known not only for his skill, but for the wisdom he had gained. Success came to him not because he searched for it, but because he had found his true purpose in the process of perfecting his craft.